We are just 2 days away from seeing the redacted version of the Mueller report. They tell us it's coming Thursday. The Justice Department plans to release the nearly 400-page report that morning, Thursday morning, after some materials have been removed as required by law.
So far, we've only seen the Attorney General's 4-page summary. Democrats want to see the entire report without redactions. CBS News White House correspondent Paula Reed is at the White House with the latest. So, Paula, as I understand it, the Trump administration has already sort of put together a response to the release of the redacted report, even though, according to what we've heard, they haven't seen it yet, but they've got a response at the ready.
Well, the president has two sets of lawyers. He has his attorneys here at the White House, and then he has his personal legal team with Jay Sekulow, Rudy Giuliani. It's that personal legal team that is already gearing up. They're not waiting till Thursday. Rudy Giuliani tells me that he has prepared a counter report to rebut any politically damaging evidence that is contained in this redacted Mueller report. Now, the other set of attorneys here, the White House counsel's office, they're taking a more subdued approach. They have arranged a reading group. They'll go through this very quickly, likely issue a statement. So two different teams of attorneys with two very different sets of approaches. But the only sign of anxiety I'm really seeing here coming out of the White House is from the president's Twitter account. Just moments after they announced this report would be coming Thursday, the president re-upped his attacks on the special counsel investigation, referring to the investigators as Trump haters.
I suppose we shouldn't be surprised that there are two different sets of attorneys approaching it differently when we consider the president himself has dealt with this differently, at times praising Mueller, at times condemning the investigation, and now calling for the investigators to be investigated.
Well, yeah, and it makes me think, Paula, I mean, in talking with your sources, are you hearing that the president has been given sort of a clear from someone that says, listen, you're all good? Might be embarrassing, but nothing that's going to lead to the end of your presidency.
Well, David, I do think that's the way he interprets this, and there is some legal evidence to back that up. The special counsel investigation found no evidence of a conspiracy between his campaign and Russia. That was a big I told you so victory lap for him. Now, on the question of whether or not he tried to obstruct the investigation, the special counsel could not exonerate him on that. But then his attorney general and deputy attorney general stepped in. They analyzed the evidence, and they said it was their conclusion that there was not enough evidence to pursue obstruction charges against the president. And then last week, we saw the president's newly installed Attorney General William Barr suggest that he agreed with the president, saying he believed there may have been spying on the Trump campaign. A loaded statement from a man who's on his second tour as an attorney general, definitely knew what those words meant. He dialed it back later. He said, well, I have some concerns. I'm investigating. But he essentially echoed words the president had uttered here at the White House about 90 minutes prior. I mean, really, William Barr has given the president so much ammunition to attack this investigation and sort of declare it complete victory. Not only is there no collusion, no obstruction, but also his attorney general agrees that the origins of the Russia probe may have been politically motivated.
So what about the Democrats? We've heard some Democrats demand a full unredacted version of this report being released to the public. The likelihood of that happening is probably pretty slim, but what's the plan for the Democrats moving forward?
Well, Democrats have vowed to subpoena any evidence that is redacted from the report that we get on Thursday. This will almost inevitably wind up before a federal judge who will have to decide whether or not Congress and or the public is entitled to any of that information. And just a reminder of what will be redacted. It's grand jury information, most of the information about people who are not charged, classified information, and information related to ongoing investigations. It's unclear whether or not a federal judge would find any wiggle room there or any finding that the public interest is so enormous here that we should see some of that. The Democrats have also said if they can't get this redacted evidence, they may also subpoena special counsel Robert Mueller. I've spoken with a source close to the investigation who confirms that if subpoenaed, the special counsel he'd comply, he'd come and testify.
That sure would be must-watch TV. Paula Reed, thank you on a beautiful day at the White House.